What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian Whyte, Deontay Wilder, and the Hat Man Strikes Back. That's right, the Hat Man Strikes Back has a post on his community that I want to discuss. I want to counterpunch, and it was a poll, okay? And the question was, if Whyte fights Wilder this year, what happens? Whyte by KO, Wilder by KO, Wilder on points, Whyte on points, or technical draw decision, right? And this is how the audience voted. 58% says Whyte by KO. 37% says Wilder by KO. 3% says Whyte on points, 0% is Wilder on points, and draw the technical decision, and that was 1%. Okay, and this is out of 6,100 votes, okay? And I want to go over this for a minute. Whyte by KO is 58%, okay? And Wilder by 37%, which that's not very bad of a margin. I mean, it's not what I wouldn't vote for it. I voted for Wilder for KO. Why? Because people forget, based on Whyte fighting Wilder, I see that fight going like this. Wilder's going to be a dangerous guy because he's always going to be looking for the knockout. Every punch that he throws with the right hand has knockout written all over it. If he catches Whyte with that punch, Whyte could be good night. Okay? And this is typically, this explains why fighters that recently won by a devastating knockout like Whyte knocked out Povetkin. I mean, I'm glad that fight was stopped the way it is because he could have hurt Povetkin. Because Povetkin has the heart and he was going to get up and he wasn't even on his feet. I'm glad they waved it off. You know, and when your adrenaline is up, your adrenaline suspends any type of common sense or discernment you really have. You're just there. You know, you're all over the place. You don't know that because in your mind, you know, that suspended mindset, when your adrenaline's that spiked, you're ready to go. But as the adrenaline lowers, then the pain starts and the swelling begins and all that stuff. So, you know, everyone is going to jump on that fighter that recently won. The problem with with Wilder is Wilder hasn't fought since he got his ass whooped. That's the problem. Okay, and everybody will think the last person that was victorious and the last thing that we've seen evidence of him doing, he could easily do that to another fighter. And we do that. People do that all the time. And, you know, and I think a lot of people should understand that Whyte versus Wilder, I think it comes down to who hits who. I voted for Wilder because I could see him delivering the right hand before Whyte can throw the left hook. Whyte looked sluggish in there a bit. He did. Okay, I know he had an injury, and I know he had a hamstring injury. And I think what it was, I feel that it's not really a good representation of him. That performance, it was not, because if he had a hamstring injury, and he went in there with Wilder like that, the way he was stumbling and bumbling, Wilder would have knocked him out. Why? Because Wilder's quicker. He's quicker and he can deliver that right hand faster. Now, Whyte might be quicker with the jab. Whyte has a very good jab. But as far as the right hand, he might be able to deliver some rights, okay? But Whyte is a powerful puncher. He can punch with both hands. But if he hits you with that left hook, he can hurt you. The best way I see Whyte knocking out Wilder is if he has Wilder going backwards, because Wilder does not practice head movement. And if he can chop Wilder with a flush left hook behind that guard, he could probably knock Wilder out. So don't get me wrong. Don't think just because I voted for Wilder, don't think that Whyte could knock him out. I just think the performance that Whyte had, if you would have put Wilder in there, okay, Wilder would have got the job done. That ain't Povetkin. Povetkin was 41 years old. Okay? So I think he took it to Povetkin, and I think, he went to jump on Povetkin, but look how sluggish he was. Okay? He looked sluggish, he looked slow, he looked off balance, and you can't do that with someone like Wilder. Because Wilder will be slap city on you if he catches Wilder or Whyte, stumbling around, missing his footing and off balance. Wilder's going to come at you, especially if he thinks he hurts you with one of those slapping right hands, because he will come over the side of your face, hit you anywhere he lands. Okay, so that's one thing. But I think, honestly, in the middle of the ring, yes, the jab belongs to Whyte, but I think the right belongs to Wilder, and Whyte has to watch that punch all night long. That's the problem. It's that, look what happened to Ortiz. Ortiz got hit. Ortiz didn't know what hit him. All he knew, I was winning easily. I was beating this guy to the punch, and boop, oh, here we go. Damn, I got hit. What the hell hit me? Right? That's the look. He looked confused. He looked dazed. He was like, okay, what happened? He hit you with the right hand. That's the danger of somebody like Wilder. Now, again, what's his physical condition now? I don't know. And then that's another thing. We know where Whyte is. We just saw Whyte knock somebody out. So I can understand why certain people would vote for Whyte for the KO, but I believe the influence is coming in his latest victory. And once you have your latest victory, I think everything else speaks for itself. Okay, because everybody's going to jump on that bandwagon for the person that just won recently, and his name is Dillian Whyte. But again, this is it's not too far off, because it's damn near 40% to 60%, so it's not that bad. However, I think a lot of that influence came from Dillian Whyte's latest performance. Okay, so if he'd have went 12 rounds, I think this would have happened. But here's the deal: what if Wilder would have knocked somebody out recently? This might have changed a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. But the problem is we haven't saw Wilder. Okay? But anyway, that's my counterpunch on there. I think Wilder could get the right hand off before the left hook would land for Dillian Whyte. However, again, if any of those punches land flush, the right hand from Wilder or the left hook from Whyte, good night. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this poll. Of course, please vote. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.